Okay, got a small water leak showing up on the side of this washing machine when it's run, and I want to show you what this usually is the fill valve hose right at the top right here often just slips down a little bit and just needs to be reset. It's a real fairly fast and easy deal, but getting into these is a little the trickiest part. Couple screws here. Got this vibration gasket here. We want to save that and make sure we put that back on. That helps the machine run a little bit quieter. Flipping my 6-in-1 screwdriver, really handy for this as it's the exact sizes that you need to really get in there. We got a couple nuts back here that you can't see very well. You kind of wind up having to do it blind. Back behind there. But you do it enough times and you get pretty used to it. You've got these little movable bracket pieces that come undone. And this allows us to slip the whole deal forward. And show you what's going on right here. Now we can pull it forward and lift it up. I'm not even going to bother to take it off because it's right here. This little deal here. And you can see the signs of the water that's leaked down below before. It's just that hose is slipped off and we need to slip that hose and clamp back up. It's not too difficult, but this has another screw that holds this on here. And I guess I can prove this out. This one lid switch is still connected, so I'll show you here as we rotate the water. You fill the water and you literally see it here and there drip over the top. It doesn't do it every time, kind of intermittently. The other thing that can happen is a pump that leaks, but because I see all the water deposits on top there, pretty much know that this is already our situation. Sometimes just a little water backs up right here. Oh, there it is. I made it happen just to show you. But yeah, the water drops on top there, and that's the deal. So I'm going to just move it ahead just to prove that there's nothing else going on with the pump. So I've already put some water in the bin, going to rotate it to the spin cycle, and we're just going to make sure we don't see a whole bunch of water coming out of the bottom. If we had a pump leak, that's what would happen. So I'm just kind of verifying it that way, you know, just ruling that out, because that can happen. The pump can slip off, or the pump can get a little crack in it. And that's where another situation where you can get a little bit of water. But again, this one, because we're seeing that stuff down there, and now we've ruled it out and we had no leak from the pump, and we know it's right here. That's our leak point. So just gonna move that clamp up. It's a little easier said than done, but it's not too bad either. Definitely not that easy to film. Okay, there we go. Especially leaving the lid on top. I probably should just move the lid a bit. I'm trying to. So I'm just going to grab this up, and this is what we need to slip up. So we've got to squeeze the deal, and it gets kind of solidified on there, and that's what really makes it trickier, especially with one hand. Steel likes to move around and give a little bit of grief. sparks there. See that? This is not my favorite tool for this job. That's okay. Move the lid out of the way. Tricky, tricky. That's the way it is. Need a better tool for this, really. Okay. So if I can hold this, if I let it go, it's hard to get it back. But what we need to do is slip the deal up and then slip our clamp up on top of that. There we go. Got it on there pretty good. I just need to slip my clamp up a little bit higher. There we go. And I'd still like to slip it up a little bit higher. Kind of a strange design on this. I'm doing this. Okay. Come on, I'm in. I'll set it. That's that. Now we're set nice and high there. Let's screw it back in and reset our cover. Lid switch. And now we'll reset our back screws. These you just gotta kind of line up and feel for it. It's got a movable little back piece. Mostly done these so many times I just kind of know where it's at. You get a feel for it. Mostly. Theory. That should be spot on right there. side, this side. Okay, now we're ready to run, and we can kind of prove it out. Yeah, no more leak. While that's going, I gotta make sure that I put the gasket back on the bottom of this deal. And then we can reset this. There we go. And now I'll have no more water going on the floor. No more leaking. We're good to go. And I'll go ahead and put that into the spin cycle. Drain out the water that we've got in there. No more water on the floor. Water's draining good. Washing machine is back to normal. 6-in-1 is my favorite tool for working with this one. I need to find a better pair of channel locks that works out a little bit better for setting that. A lot of my other size channel locks actually work better than this one, so it's a little bit to improve on there. But we're all set, we're all fixed. And no vibration from our plate, so that's nice. Thanks for watching Click for Maintenance. Over and out. And unfortunately, we do have another problem. The agitator dogs kind of hit and miss. One time it works, another it doesn't. So I need to work that out. But I've showed you guys that so many times. This one, it seems like maybe it's just lost. One of them came off there. You can see it inside there. Oh, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. They all came undone. And I probably need my socket set really to get in there. All I have is my channel locks with me. Oh, maybe I can get it. Let's see. I need my hand up. Okay. Yep. Maybe. Let's see. Kind of hold it and then turn the bottom of the bin. Can't show you guys because I don't have enough hands. I've got it here. So that'll be good. I was going to need to get my socket set. Oh, and it came right apart. So here we go. We'll flip this over. Everything's probably going to go everywhere, but hey, we're going to make it work. I might not even need my socket set. Okay, and I kind of need both my hands to do this. Okay, I got it, just holding it. Went upside down. Got all 4 of them in. Just kind of verifying that. So I'm going to hold it together. And we're going to go back up here. Down and in. Okay. Now reset our deal. And this doesn't need to be super tight, but it needs to be tight enough. So I'm going to use the bottom to tighten it while I hold this part. And then just reach down in there. The other way. Unfortunately, I don't have enough hands to show you that, but I'm just going that way. Just turning it in. Can be tricky. Nice and tight, not too tight, just snug is all we need. And now, yay, hooray for Channel Lock's tripod. That worked out good. Okay, fixed our agitator dogs. 2 parts fixed. Good to go. Thanks for watching Kung Fu Maintenance. Over and out. So about 15-20 minutes after I made the repair, I actually wound up getting called back that the washing machine was leaking. Came back and checked it, feeling around the pump, no water there, but I had a tiny bit of water down below. And kind of funny, what I think happened is that earlier when I showed you how I squeezed the line and the water kind of flowed over, just showing you how the leak had happened. I believe the water had pooled up on the side of the machine, and I think when the next time the machine was run, when it shook around and wobbled around going through the spin cycle, that it shook that little bit of water down and through, and I believe that's what happened here. The other possibility is if the pump leaked, but I did check it with my hand and it had no leaks. You can see here, this is after, as I'm running it, there was nothing dripping, no leaks. So I am 98% sure that this one's whooped. I just thought I'd show you as I went through the process later on to verify that it was indeed what happened. And again, all I had was a little bit of moisture around the foot, which was, I believe, left over from the original repair right there. And again, you can see the calcium deposits and mineral deposits on top of this plate here, which is showing that that's where the water came down and then spilled down around the side here. But as it was in these grooves here, the next time the machine ran, it just shook that leftover moisture out. You know, again, I'm like 98% sure that that's what's going on. Should this one turn out to leak again, I'll change the pump just for good measure. But again, as you can see here, no more leaks going through the drain cycle. We're good to go. I just thought I'd share that last bit of footage with you because, you know, this is what it was. Yeah, this particular machine, it's pretty sensitive about a balanced load. Anything like a towel or a pair of jeans can, on one side, can cause it to be unbalanced. So it's very sensitive about that, and often you have to redistribute closed items. But it's a great machine for what it is. It's compact, and the way that it fits and the way that it comes apart is very convenient for service. Everything can be pretty much, not everything, but most of it can be serviced from the front of the machine, other than your high limit switches and the thermal overload switch. Those are at the back of the machine, but mostly everything else can be serviced from the front. Not everything, but you know, 90% of what you actually need to get to. So this is a pretty cool deal. Yep, here I'm just running it through again through the entire fill cycle, and everything was good. So just a tiny bit of water left over from our original leak right around the foot, but no new drips or anything, nothing dripping down below. We're good to go. If you find these videos helpful, a one-time donation would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you support me on Patreon, helps me do what I do. There are some special perks for Patreon supporters. And we'll see you on the next one.
Standing on the edge of death and life, standing in between wrong and right. Light shines down in truth. Us will fall. Darkness fade to light. Pain give way to eternity. Temporary pain. This is just a test.